We are starting now. And today, like you saw the flyer, the name of the program is Sketch It. All right, Sketch It. And I'm your host. We are two actually. So there's me and there's Coach Precious that you're seeing. My name is Auntie Joy, Joy SN, and I'm an avid cheerleader for teenagers. My dream, my passion is to see young people, teenagers, succeed, become everything that God has for them. Okay, Coach Precious, let me just allow you say hi before you come up.
Hi, everyone. I am super excited. You have no idea how happy I am for us to be doing this. I'm more happier because you are here. You in particular. Yes, you. I am so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. I promise you it's going to be a cruise. This journey we're taking with you is going to be an interesting one. And at the end of the day, you'll be so glad you did. You will appreciate your parents for allowing you join Sketches Workshop. So once again, this is me saying welcome and happy New Year.
Okay, so like I said, can you see everything on the screen? Please, can you type in the comments? Can you see everything on the screen? Coach Precious, can you see everything on my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so thank you. Like I said, today we are going to be looking at building success mentality. We are looking at building success mentality, and we'll also be looking at goal setting. So I'll be taking you through the very first session. Like I said, this program is a year planning program for teenagers. And what we want to actually help you do is to plan your year. Now, I spoke to some teenagers last year, that's after their first term, and some of them were not too happy with the results that they got. Some of them felt bad with the report that they got home with. But I'm here to encourage you. That should not discourage you or stop you from putting your best in this term. All right. So we're not just only planning for your academic success, we're also planning for everything. And that's what I'm doing today, because this session is all about building the mindset. Success first begins from the mind. All right. So there's not much time to do a lot of things, but as much as possible, like I encourage you, please get your journals, get a pen. I'm still going to share with you a journal that you can use at the end of this program. You made it into a brand new year, and I know that a lot of you are definitely hopeful for the different changes that would come. All right. But let me tell you something, is that what will determine the kind of year that you have is not just about wishful thinking, it's more about the plans that you make. And so let me tell you, congratulations for being a part of this program. Then before I start, let's play riddles. Let's play a little riddle. Coach Peter, do we have a gift for the person that will get our riddle? maybe we just might have a gift for you.
We have a gift.
Okay, so let me see the fastest finger, the people that know. If you check Google, my security on my laptop will tell me that you're checking Google. So the first question is, what do you find at the end of the line? What do you find at the end of the line? Coach, let me look out for the first person, the first person to get the question, the answer. Letter E. Okay, someone said full stop. Inyola said letter E. Okay, let me see. Who else wants to try? Somebody is saying E. Somebody said question mark. Question mark. Okay, 2 more tries and then we go. 2 more tries and then we go. Okay, E. You see, all of you went to check Google. All right. Okay, no problem. Nice one. Clap for yourself. Yes. You got it. Letter E. Okay, so now let's go again. Coach Pressure, I think the first person was in it. Let's go again. Okay. So if you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't got me. What am I?
Wait, if you have me, you want to share me.
If you share me, you haven't gotten me. What this in me? Somebody, let's see. Then is the first person. Let's see. Tolu is second. Let's see. Tolu said E. Okay, Tolu is still answering the other question. Somebody said life. Carol said life. If you have me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't got me. Life. If you share your life, you haven't got your life. Okay. Ben Zion said a secret. Ami said a secret. Who else is talking? Olivia said a secret. Ala said secret. Oh yeah. Okay, so got it. I'm suspecting some of you are doing good, but it's okay. No problem.
Change our mind from E to secret. So what's up?
Okay, so it's okay. It's gone. Yeah, you got it. It's secret. It's a secret. A secret. All right, that's awesome. Now let's do the third video. Dun, dun, dun. I have hands. Yes, I cannot shake you, but I can give you 5. Yet I have no fingers. What am I? I have hands, but I cannot shake you. I can give you 5. Yet I have no fingers. So what am I? A
clock. A clock.
A clock. Okay, Zion said a clock. Ami said a clock. Everybody's saying a clock. Everybody just going with the flow. Okay. A clock, a watch, a clock, a watch, a clock. See, Coach Precious, I don't think we need to do this seminar because we have gurus in this place. Like you all are. In fact, if you are the one supposed to be teaching me, I'm cutting my cap for you. Well done. Don't worry, the one for the evening. Okay, we're gonna see the one for the evening. I decided to say, let me pity people. But this evening, we are going to do a aesthetic video, and then we're going to see. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you all very much for participating. I just wanted to get us pumped up a bit. All right. So let's move on. So yes, the answer is the clock. I mean, we all know the clock has hands. Tick-tock says the clock. Tick-tock, the clock has hands. And then but it has no fingers. The clock has number 5, but it has no, it can't shake you. All right. So let's begin. Now we are going to serious business. All right. So my question for you, what do you plan to achieve this year? Have you really thought about it? What do you plan to achieve this year? I'm sure for some of you, if you were like me, maybe 31st night or 28th of December, you sat down and you were thinking, how was 2022 for me? And what do I want for 2023? Well, that's what I did do. But before we continue, let me ask you, how many of you are using your phones to watch this? If you're using your phone to take part of this program, let me see you. Just say yes, my phone. Just say phone. Okay, that's good. You're just one person using phone. Okay, awesome. Now, before we go, because I want you to actually hear the next audio, all right? So before we go, I want you to just concentrate. Think very well. Anybody disturbing you right now, tell them, go, don't disturb me. Just think, focus, look at the screen, all right? If you're using your phone, just concentrate on this video and you'll tell me what you learned from this video, okay? So this is someone let's just look at it, okay? Concentrate. So when you saw that video, let me ask you, what did you think? What did that video feel like?
Can you play that again? I think it was jerking at some point. Can you just play it again?
Okay, so I'm going to play the video again.
Okay.
I saw Coach Precious's reaction. So I want you to tell me, like, when you saw the video, what happened to you when you watched that video? When you saw the video now?
Honestly, I thought it was.
What is that very fighting, right? Okay, so what else happened to you when you saw the video? I'm trying. Where the people speaking? Okay, nothing. Like he hit me physically. All right. Ben Zion said nothing. Ben Zion, is it that you are using? Maybe you are using your laptop. Somebody said like I was there with the ball. Okay, so that's actually the effect. That's actually the effect you will get when you watch it with your phone. So the question is, why did it feel so real? Do you understand? Even though I showed you a video, it wasn't you. We saw somebody with a bat. We saw somebody far away from us on the phone. The person kicked it, and then the first time I watched that video, I almost ran away. It just looked like the ball was coming to hit you physically. All right. And why did it feel so? Okay, you didn't actually see the video. I'm sorry. For some people may have seen the video before, and so that's why it didn't really have that much effect because you have seen it before. But for those who have not seen it before and that you used your phone, you would realize that it felt like the ball was going to hit you. You know, you felt sorry for the person's phone. Okay, this person that is talking, that means you know how to shoot videos. That's okay, that's good. All right. So the reason basically why it felt that way, you know, it felt real because your brain told you that it was real. Do you understand? It felt real because your brain told you that it was real. And that is what happens to us when it comes to achieving success. If you want to do anything, success first begins in the brain. So if your brain tells you you can do this, many times you're going to see yourself fighting, pushing yourself towards wanting to do that particular thing. But there are some of you, if your brain tells you you cannot do it, you're going to see that you're going to lose the effort. You will lose, you know, the things that you're supposed to use. Please, waiting room. Waiting room. Waiting room. Okay, so many of us actually fail because we give ourselves, before we give ourselves the opportunity to try. I'm sure we all know this person on my screen. Okay, not everybody is a football enthusiast like me. If you know this person on my screen, please let me know. You know this person. Do you know this person on my screen?
Yes. Messi.
Sit there, Messi. Messi. Okay, what club does Messi play for?
Argentina.
Hey,
Argentina.
I said club, oh. I said club, not country. What club?
D. DJ,
Wait.
I have no idea.
What's PSG? What's PSG?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Are we not? Let me tell
I
you.
just know it's Messi.
Me, I don't even know the good Messi.
I don't know.
I just know he plays for Argentina. That he plays for his country. Okay. So let's be here. Now, if we look at Messi,
I don't even watch football.
Okay, let me ask you.
I know that they call him
Someone said they don't watch football. Mofe, can you hear me?
They hear you.
I don't watch football.
Okay, who is a football fan? Who also play football? Tell me yes in the comment section.
Not me.
But just tell me yes in the comment section. Okay, 2 participants are raising their hands. I can't, because I'm sharing my screen, so it's hard to raising their hands. Okay. If you play football, you are playing football as you are watching this. Look at you can multitask. So okay, so Oriade, I believe that's how to pronounce your name because it looks like you wrote a nickname here. I'm actually a motor football fan. Okay, that's okay. So Oriade, you said that you play football. Good. Now, if I put you on the field with Messi, I give you the ball to play, and Messi is on the field. Do you think you're going to score? Who has a better chance of scoring? You or Messi? You are saying you watch United. Yes, definitely. Okay. You people think if I put Oriade on the field with a ball and I put Messi on that same field, which of the two of them has the chance of scoring? Messi. Why are you saying Messi? It's actually better try me, okay? I will finish Messi. Okay, no problem. So if I put Oriade,
I'll just be looking.
Okay, listen to what I said. If I put Oriade on the field with a ball and I put Messi on that same field, the truth is Oriade has a better chance of scoring than Messi. Why? Listen, I didn't say I gave Messi a ball. I gave the ball to Oriade. Do you understand that? So somebody can be very good at something, but if you do not take a chance, if you do not have the opportunity, it's better that you did. You said Messi will collect it. Okay, no, that's not the rules of the game. Oriade was the one giving the ball, and I told him shoot, and I told Messi stand. All right, I did not tell them to mark each other. I didn't say they should mark each other. No, Messi can do leg over another, but hey, you see, miracles can happen. Who told you Oriade cannot play? Okay, no problem. So Oriade actually has a better chance of scoring than Messi, because Oriade was given the ball. One thing that you should know is that success or failure first begin from how you think about it. Success or failure first begin from how you think about it. If you think that you will fail, what happens is that you become afraid and the fear cripples you. Like you saw that video. So first it begins in your mind. What are you thinking about as you're going this term? Are you going into this new term with fear? I didn't do so well. When you sit in your maths class, before your maths examination, is the only thing you think about that, oh God, I don't understand maths. No, it first starts from the mind. I used to be like that. I mean, I'm an art student, but I'm not a maths fan. Do you understand? I know that we have preferences for some subjects, but the truth is, even if you don't really like a particular subject, you can actually do well in that subject because you need it. So that's the first block you would have to to tell yourself. You know, people who have told you, physics is hard. Oh, basic science is hard. Civic education, the note is too long. But no, if you think you can succeed, what happens is that you challenge your brain to think and you begin to work towards developing that mindset for success. I remember the first time I scored 20 over 20 in my mathematics. My math teacher had to call me in front of the class and shake me because I used to F9 mathematics, me and maths. But I just had to tell myself, come on, these people that are knowing maths, they don't have two heads. So, I had to push myself to do that. And it all started with me, coming up with a plan. But it first started in my mind. It first started in my mind that this thing is possible, that achieving this actually works. In order to succeed, we need to develop what we call a growth mindset. And what exactly is a growth mindset? Now, this is an acronym that I just want you, that's why I asked you to, have your notes, take notes down. What is a growth mindset? Now, it's an acronym. And the first one is goals. All right. What do you want to achieve? Our Coach Precious that is coming, she's going to talk to us about goals. It's different from just writing it down on paper. There's a way you will do your goals, that it's like the goals are the ones chasing you. So what do you want to achieve? Yeah. You have to, before you go back to school this term, now play should have ended. You should have had your fun. You're still going to, it's not like you will just not play, but there's also how to, to schedule playing and your academics. That's the mistake a lot of people make in school. You don't know how to, you do one that it affects the other. But truth is, you can be a sport enthusiast. You can play sports very well. You can, do the things you love to do. And your academics will still be excellent. That's because you do what we call prioritizing. But first, you must sit down and plan. Before you go to school, before you resume school, thank God school is resuming on Monday. Some of you will go back to school on Saturday, but sit down and plan. What do I want to achieve this year? Your ability to define what you are aiming for sets the mindset for achieving it. All right, so Coach Precious is going to take us through goal setting. So please don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be really exciting. Okay, so what do you want to achieve? That's my question. I mean, you can just have that, write them down. Like I said, I'm still going to share with you a planner that would help you. So you can print it out. It's an e-copy. You can print it out and use it. All right, so what do you want to achieve? Coach, please, we have people in the waiting room. Okay, and so what is the reason that you want to achieve it? Why? Why do you want to achieve it? So do you want to be do you want to get all A's? Do you want to you want to carry first position in your school so that people will clap for you? So that people will be looking at you? So that maybe if it's you that you're having one crush on that girl, if I know this mathematics, this girl will start talking to me. I know, don't worry, I've been there. Thank God it's teenagers that we understand where you are. Don't worry. In February, we're going to talk about crushes. We're going to understand how do we handle crushes. So I understand many of you will have crushes, and some of you, your crush is the one motivating you to do something. Let me even tell you mine. When I was in secondary school, I will not even lie. Let me be sure I'm talking to people that can relate. If you can relate, you okay. Maybe not you, because I know maybe your mom may be there with you. If you know somebody that the reason they want to succeed or excel in school is because they have one crush, raise your hands in the air. Let me see it. It's not you. You tell your mother. If your mother say, why you raise it? You say it's not me. It's somebody that has a crush that I know. Okay, thank you. I can see the participants. There are 4 participants have raised their hands. 5. I'm glad that I am not alone. Let me tell you, when I was in high school, there's one boy who used to crush on. I will not even lie. I was in SS1. The boy used to play guitar. Hey, I told my dad, I went up to go and tell my daddy, I want to learn how to play guitar. Daddy, I have interest. I have passion. My daddy, you don't know that I was crushing on one boy. He went to buy me the guitar. I can't bought the guitar because I wanted the boy to talk to me. I felt because the boy will bring his guitar to the class. I felt if the boy is playing his own guitar and then he sees me, now we'll now start playing my own, and then maybe from there we'll start talking. But all this is just high school feelings. We understand these things. So if you're having a crush, don't worry. You don't have to start pursuing it, but we can help you manage it, all right? So that was what happened. And so it's important that your reason, the reason why you want to do something, has depth, and it is for you, not because you have a crush, not because you want to please somebody. See, if you are doing something because you are scoping somebody, because you want to please somebody, what happens is that at the point you just get tired. You will get so disappointed if you mess up. Do you understand? But if you're doing something for yourself, you're doing something because you have a real reason why you want to achieve it. Even when you mess up, come on, this is my life I'm talking about. Yeah, this is my life. I'll push you, push yourself. And for me, ask me, can I play guitar again? No, I cannot. I don't even know where my guitar is. My daddy asked me when was that. I think my daddy asked me like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, it was like, Joy, do you still play the guitar? I said, Daddy, I don't have it. So, the thing was just superficial. But maybe in the future, I may now decide to play the guitar again. It's just a good hobby to learn. And one thing about guitar is it also helps you build your mind concentration. Do you understand? So your reason will motivate you to keep going when it seems difficult. It can, but like I said, if you don't have a reason, you will get frustrated. All right. Now let's move on to the next, to what, so remember what we're spelling the growth mindset, GRO. All right. So O is opportunities. What opportunities do you have around you to achieve your goals? Your opportunities fuel your passion for your desire. Many of you before you go to school today, I'm going to give you an assignment. Write a note to your mom, to your dad, and say, Mommy, Daddy, thank you for wanting me to succeed in life. Mommy, Daddy, I appreciate the efforts that you do. Because many of you don't know the sacrifices your parents are making. And some of you go to very good school. Do you understand? You go to very good schools. And you just have to appreciate them. Say, Mommy, Daddy, thank you for the sacrifices you're making. Because this is an opportunity presented to you. The truth is, some people, and it's not to make anybody feel bad, but some people do not even know what they should be doing, all right? And that's why they are not taking use of opportunities presented to them. So when you are in a place that, you have opportunity to learn, please learn. When your parents tell you, attend this thing, don't say, oh, Mommy, that is too boring. No, sometimes you need the boredom. Because trust me, adulthood that you're coming to, if you've spent all your time playing here, you're going to be looking back, and I'm sure some of you know this song, adulthood, now scam. You see, adulthood, you don't have to be singing that song when you become an adult. Adulthood is not a scam. If you plan and you prepare very well for it, that's why your parents want you to be in things like this, so that you know what, let my child come with better opportunities than I did. Many of your parents are sacrificing for you much more than the opportunities that they had for themselves. And when you say that, say, Daddy, thank you, Daddy, Mommy. Don't go and be cutting cap for them. If you're Yoruba, if they give you slap, you're on your own. You couldn't let. If you're Yoruba, couldn't let. Put your 2 legs on the floor and say, Daddy, Mommy, thank you, I love you. If your parents are, they don't really care if they are, they like all those kind of things, just hug them, give them a peck on the cheek. Oh, Daddy, thank you. Daddy, Mommy, thank you. All right. So your teachers, you can give them a high five. Don't go and be pecking your teachers. Be cool. Then you have good teachers, you have books. All right. So I want to encourage you. Don't just, and now when you resume school, your teachers only give you what they call a scheme of work. See, don't just only the things they teach you in the class you read. No, if you don't understand a subject, what you can do is you now go to the textbook. Okay, my teacher said this, I don't really to get it. What are they saying about it in the textbook? That's how to understand. That's actually how to learn. Some of you have YouTube. Your parents will still allow you to use your phone. And even if they won't allow you, you can say, oh, Daddy, Mommy, please, I want to check YouTube. I want to understand something because, and for me, that's what really helps me. Sometimes one person may say something, I won't get it. But when I consult different materials, I'll be feeling like, Einstein, I feel like, have you ever gone into like the exam hall and it looks like, nothing can stop you because the knowledge is shaking. This is what happens when you are properly prepared, though. You know, if I let your teacher bring a question from anywhere, you too, as your teacher is giving you bars in the exam, you are giving him boss because you know that you are prepared. And even if you have those kind of teachers that they want you to give them word for word answer, the truth is, once you know what you are going to write, even if you don't give the teacher word for word, you're going to get a good mark. But then I don't think any teacher should be looking for word, all right? All right, so make very good use of the opportunities at your disposal. That's how you would grow. Then the next one is willpower. This is one of the most important. See, if you will succeed, you must grow your never give up abilities, all right?
Wow.
So if you have everything called can't, go and cut it off and put I can. I'm going to share with you, that's for the evening session when you come, we'll give you a success affirmation sheet. You can create your own. You tell yourself, mathematics, I understand you. Physics, I will understand you. I will know you. I have the mind to succeed. Because nobody was born $1, though. You did not fly from heaven $1. No, nobody was born $1. God has given you the ability to understand. The spirit of excellence and wisdom is upon you, and you can understand. You just need to calm down. Some people, it will take them 5 minutes to understand something. For some people, 1 hour. And there is nothing bad about it. For me, I don't have shame. See, what some of my mates will understand in 5 minutes. Me, I will use 1 hour. And the way I write, as I'm reading, I'm writing, I'm underlining, I'm doing things, I'm using red pen, I'm using sticky notes, I'm trying to remember facts, because once I finish eating the knowledge like this, I'll be like I'm on fire. So that is my own style. Because what I tell myself, see, this particular subject, forget it, I will understand you. There's nothing that will stop me, except if I'm the one that will stop. That's the truth. The truth is there is nothing can bring you down except yourself. It pains me when I see young people just give up when they messed up. Many of you don't know what God has placed inside you. If you only give yourself the opportunity, there is so much that would happen. So many of you don't know the ability God has put within you. Even the power of the brain. I'm going to show you a video. Your brain has the capacity to change. It has capacity to change and keep growing. So have a success affirmation sheet you can refer to on days you do not feel great about your abilities. The truth is there are some days that, you know what, maybe your teacher may have said something to you. Can't you know this? And yes, words are very hurtful. Words are hurtful. Those days will come, all right? Don't beat yourself up. That's why your success affirmation, they're the external motivation you need. When you cannot motivate yourself from inside, use your success affirmation. No, I can do this. Go to somebody that believes in you, your friend. That's why I think one of the things both settings we talk about is the importance of having good friends. Sometimes, I don't know if there are some videos I will see of some friends cheering them on. Your friend, you have to have friends that can cheer you on, not friends that will tell you, guy, you can't do this thing. Guy, you can't do it. Guy, forget it. No, you don't need that kind of friend. You want friends that will cheer you on, friends that will tell you, you know what, you got this, you can do it, you can do it. Those are the kind of friends you need. Now, you must trust, you must close your eyes. You must be blindfolded to distraction, to things that will tell you cannot. And you must trust the process. You must trust in your abilities. You must trust in God that can help you. See, as a student who will excel, you must learn to be patient and trust the process. You can't keep digging the soil to see if the maize you planted on the ground is growing. So imagine those of you that do Agric. I don't know if they've given you the assignment to plant maize inside cup and bring. So imagine if you plant, you cover it with soil. Day one, you go back, you open it, you're looking for the maize. It's not growing. Nothing will happen. So there are some certain things that, you know what, it takes time. All right, I'm wrapping up soon so that coach can come in. The next one, so I will spell it GROWT and then YH, growth, hard work. If you will succeed, you should make sure that you give in your best. You cannot put in very little effort, all right? You can't put in very little effort and somebody, so imagine this one. Imagine we have two people that take part in an exam. Let me use an external exam. Let's say an external competition. They told you to prepare for a competition. The only way you're trying to prepare for the competition is only, let me use something like spelling bee. You know spelling bee. So they ask you to, you're going to represent your school in spelling bee. You want to spell. The only way you're preparing for spelling bee is only the example your teacher gave you. And you have another person that's preparing for that same spelling bee, the person is doing what? The person is using dictionary, the person is using flashcards, the person is using Google, the person is using affirmation sheets, the person is using different things to prepare. Who do you think has a better chance of succeeding? The person that prepares more. Because what the person has done is that the person has opened up his or her mind to different knowledge, different places, different things that it could be. And see, if you would succeed, you must have that ability. It's something you must develop. Now, you know what? No, don't be comfortable in just only what your teacher would give you in class. There's some students I used to have when I was teaching back then. One of the first subjects I taught was English. When I was 7, after English, I taught civic education. I had to have some of my students because my class, you cannot be in my class and be sleeping. No. I will ask you questions. And it's not just WA questions. So we are going to gist in that class until you tell me, I will bring out the gist from you because you will understand it. So there are certain questions that I would ask them. Let's say we're talking about cultism. For those of you that do civic education SS1, cultism is a topic in SS1. We're asking questions. We're doing different things. And some of them are throwing me questions, but this, and I'm throwing them back. That is how some of your classes should actually be. You should go to your class. When you see the scheme of work, you should actually go to your class with questions. I don't mean questions that you are asking questions so that they will not give you assignments. I did that. We did that one. Don't worry. But questions that you want to learn, you want to know, you want to understand. All right. That's how you should go to your class. All right. Then just make sure that hard work is your mantra. All right. Hard work is your mantra. Okay. So what did I say the growth mindset is about? Let's quickly do a recap before Coach Precious take over. Hi, welcome. What did I say the growth mindset is about? I want to see. Can you write them? Just G is for what? GROWTH. What is the mantra? What is the growth mindset? So put it just in the comments. Goals, all right, good. G is for goals. R is for what? R is for what? Okay, R is for what? What is R? What is R for? R is for reason. O is for what?
Opportunities.
C is for what? GROW. W is for what?
Willpower.
Some willpower. T is for what?
Trust.
All right. And H is for what?
Hard work.
Awesome. Hard work.
Trust. Hard work.
In this group. All right. The next one. Let's just take it quickly. What's this answer? What can you break even if you touch it?
Glass.
Just listen.
I think it's glass.
Somebody said silent. Somebody said, are they broken your heart?
Your heart.
What can you break even if you never pick
Heart
it
or
up?
silence. What can you break even if you never pick it up or touch it? Silence or your heart.
Let's say silence. Those of you know promise. Somebody said promise.
You can't break a promise unless you do.
Promise.
I'll call you a monster.
Yes, you can break. But I mean, you can argue that yes, you can break silence, but it's not proper English. I mean, it can actually work. Good mindset, but I will leave that to evening when we're talking about.
Sorry, ma'am. Sonny has a question.
Okay, someone has a question. Okay, let me take your question.
Ma, so what's the difference? I want to know the difference between hard work and smart.
Okay, at this point, I need to find people that are not asking me questions and are talking because I can't really hear though. The difference between what?
Yes, promise is the answer.
Look at it. Wait, I can't hear your question. No, I'm hearing different things.
The answer is promise.
Okay, are you asking me a question
Ma.
from you or from the slides we just the presentation?
Ma.
Yes.
Sorry. What's the difference between hard work and smart work?
Okay, good question. Good question. Thank you brought it up. So I know some people will tell you, oh, smart are not hard. Now, somehow that sounds cheesy because the truth is both are needed. Now, when they say something is smart, for example, working smart is finding how to do something in an easier way, as opposed to just putting like exerting your energy. So sometimes hard work is not necessarily smart work. So for example, now let me use for those of you let me use something like farming. So I'm sure they have taught you, maybe they've not taught you. In farming, so in the okay, thank you. So hard work and smart work. Like I was saying, now in the olden days, we had what we call something like hoe, cutlass and all that the farmers used to plant. And then recently, they now introduce things like tractors, all right? So I'm coming back to academics. So it will now be, it won't be smart if you have something that can make your tool easier, and then you now say, no, I want to stick to this one. Let me give you an example now, something you can use. So for example, your teacher has given you like, maybe write an essay, okay? Write an essay. See, the truth is when it comes to essay writing, while your teacher needs you to be very authentic, you know, it's a give you a take home assignment. There's nothing wrong in doing that. Okay, going to how to write an essay, getting all the materials that can help you write a good essay. Working smart in this particular stage will now do something like, okay, you can use Google, especially if you have like a short time, as opposed to going to different textbooks, like getting a lot of textbooks and you don't know where to get the particular answer from. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So there are tools that can help you work smarter, maybe reduce the amount of time you spend doing a particular thing. So when it comes to something like for you to work, because, and you know, like I said, that one is not better than the other. It's just that in some places there's some that you can, but there are some that you cannot. When it comes to mathematics, yes, I mean, there are some hacks, you know, I put some hacks about, okay, this is how you can solve a particular problem. I think it was a multiplication timetable that they just showed you how to get the answers of the next one. But the problem with that kind of work is that it does not, because if somebody were to now ask you to replicate the steps, you will not understand it. So yes, working smarter would help you, would help make your work easier. So for example, using something like a calculator would help make your work easier. However, in some places, you may not need, you won't even be allowed to use a calculator. Sometimes if you're doing SAT maths, all right, SAT maths, you have to use your head. So you're still going to put that hard work. So like I said, hard work cannot be erased. There are times you can work smart. So if you're writing WAEC will allow you to use calculator as opposed to not using calculator. So if the exam gives you the option, oh, they'll tell you in the example, oh, come with your tools. So you have a calculator that's going to make you work smarter as opposed to just using your head. If you use your head and your pen and paper to try to do the calculations, you can get it, but it will take your time. Do you understand? Another example is probably using 4-figure table. You know, all these things, using a ruler. So for somebody, you may now decide to use, oh, I want to use the head of my work. Oh, because I want my work to be neat. You want to use the head of a work, but there's a ruler that will just help you rule it once. That will help you rule it once without wasting time. So you see, that's smart work. But then you cannot erase the place of hard work. There's some things there's some studies that you will do. It's going to take you a lot of time. I know people are looking for shortcuts. But see, if you're going to be a master at something, you cannot always do shortcuts. And let me tell you why. So even talking about the mechanized farming and all that. So even if you were to use tractor for some places, there are some places you cannot use tractor for. You will still put in that hard work. Yes, there are some instruments that will help you to plant. But when it has to do with something like weeding like tender plants, you want to like work with the rows, you can't, there's some things you can't use. You must use your hand to operate it, and those things actually take more. So that's why things that you see that are handmade, they're actually more expensive than things that are machine made. So I hope you understand that the person asking the question, there's a place for smart work. Smart work is how things can be done faster, how things can be done well. And there's still that place for hard work. Hard work, you're going to put in the work. Okay, so Coach Precious, you have the floor.
Awesome, awesome work that you've done already, Coach. Thank you so much. So to add just a little to that question that was asked, you already gave a very beautiful analogy of working with a tractor and having to do the work manually with your hands as you have to do with weeding or taking care of the farm. However, in smart work, even I love what you said about smart work and hard work working hand in hand, so that you can work smart if you're not hard working. Because for you to even be able to work smart, in this case, to use a tractor, first you would need to learn it, and it takes a while. Like it's not as easy as just using hoe to pull out grasses from the farm, right? You need to learn. You need to take like 6 months to learn how to use tractor. So even at smart work, you still need hard work. You still need to learn. You still need to understand the basic principles, master it so well that it begins to work for you, so that you now do things effortlessly, and it looks like you're not exerting so much energy, but at the same time you are, because you're giving the time to learn. So that's just to add to what you've said already, which is fantastic. Thank you so much, Coach Joy. Okay, so I hope I'm being heard loud and clear. I hope I'm being heard loud and clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. So let me appreciate all of us for joining today again. And I've been having a great moment. I've been having a great moment, particularly with the riddles, the fun game that we played. It's obvious that we have smart brains here, and I really want to commend all of us, for coming this far. Right. So I'm going to be taking us on goal setting and vision board. Now, this is a very wide topic. In fact, Coach Joy, as I was looking at this, I was already thinking in my head, can I take the two courses right now? Because I mean, it is pretty long, not just long, but vast. But I'll try my best. But why I began to think again if I can do the vision board is because I would have wanted us to get our materials for the vision board by evening, so that as I'm teaching you, you're doing it. I'll tell you what to bring, and then we do it. Or maybe I could just teach it, and then in the evening you will come with it. We can just have a 10-minute time to help you craft your vision board.
Okay, we can do the vision board in the evening. We can do the vision board in the evening as well.
Okay, awesome. So let me take the goal setting now. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my screen. I'm going to be sharing my screen so that I can share the material I'll be using to teach. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, can you now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right, awesome. So that's my introduction right there. Precious Voice Defines the Human Development. Let me tell you the long way to tell you this for yourself. But let me just say that I'm very passionate about helping teenagers to develop so much so that they don't, not like they don't need help, but they will gradually grow into balanced adults. So I have the passion of helping teenagers become exceptional, develop the capacity and the strength that they need to become to grow into balanced adults. And I've been doing that for the past 12 years of my life, and it's been an amazing journey.
I feel and I know that if we have teenagers who know their onion, who know their way around life, who have been taught, have been rightly mentored, have been rightly guided, they will turn out to be great. They will turn out to be, we'll have less nuisance in the society, we'll have less Yahoo boys, we'll have less hookup girls, we'll have less bullies, we'll have less louds and touts in the street, in the parks. So, and that's what I understand, and that's what my passion is, to help teenagers get to that destination. Now, I'm going to be talking about goal setting, because goal setting is one of the very tough things to do. And even though the second tough thing to do is to actually carry out the goal. And that's why I'm going to be teaching you or helping you to understand how you can actually carry out the goals. But then again, goal setting is such a big task that sometimes we don't even know where to start from. We're like, oh, where do I start planning from? What am I even supposed to plan about? You know, and all of it looks complex. So we're going to demystify that. Now, so that's what this topic is about, goal setting. Now, what is a goal? A goal is an idea of a desired result that a person envision, plan, and commits to achieve. It is an idea of a desired result. So you have something that you want to achieve, you have a target that you want to hit, and then you envision it. Envisioning means you are seeing it in your mind's eye. It is not physically applicable yet, but you are seeing it and you are pursuing it. Then you have a way of achieving it eventually. So you can have a plan, but it is a journey from planning to achieving. So if you have a goal of what you want to do and you plan it out, and you plan it all out, you can now decide, okay, I'm going all out to ensure that I achieve this big goal of mine, okay? Now that's about it. And then the next thing is the reason goal setting is important. Why is goal setting important? Why should I care about goal setting? Now, the reason you should care about goal setting is that goal setting. Hello, can we hear me?
Ma'am, please can you take it back to the other side?
This one?
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
All right. So I said that a goal is an idea of a desired result that a person envision, plan, and commits to achieve. A goal is an idea of a desired result that a person envisions, plans, and commits to achieve. And I said that what a goal is what you want to achieve in the future, what you've seen in your mind's eye. And then you begin to walk through the journey that takes you there. So it is something that you see with your mind's eye. It is not happening yet, but it's something that you hope will happen someday, right? And then you write down how you hope to get that done, and then you commit to take the step-by-step daily activities that will get you there. Is that fine? So we'll move to the next slide. So the reason for setting goals. Now, why do we need to set goals? It's very important that we set goals because the very act of goal setting sets you apart and gives you momentum to move. It sets you apart and gives you momentum to move. Now, I don't know if you've ever had a situation where you stood up and you were heading for maybe the restroom, or you were heading to the kitchen to do something. And then halfway to the kitchen, you realized, oh, why am I even going to the kitchen? Why am I going to the kitchen? And suddenly you've forgotten why. You know, back in the days, they'll tell us, if you want to remember, you walk backwards, like you walk with your face, you walk backwards, facing forward. Then you can remember why you were going there in the first place. Well, I don't know how that works, but it happens. You can stand up to go do something and then you forget. Okay, but what goals does for you is that it helps you to stay focused. It is a reminder, and it sets you apart, and it gives you momentum to move. Now, if I say, okay, I want to go to the kitchen and pick a spoon, or I want to go to the kitchen and do the dishes, or whatever, that goal in my head will determine what I'm going to do. It will determine how fast I will move. It will determine the direction I will face. It will give me momentum so that if I stand up, I know where I'm going. I'm not at loss with what exactly I'm going to be doing. I know exactly, okay, I'm going to the kitchen, I'm going to do the dishes, and that's about it. So when I stand up, I don't go to the restroom, I don't go to the dining, I don't go to the living room, I don't go anywhere else. I go straight to the kitchen. So goals gives you momentum. Goals give you momentum. It gives you the strength to push and to move and to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And that's why having goals is very important. Like you can't begin to think that goal setting is not a thing for adults. I need to say that. It is not an adult experience. It's not an adult activity. It is not something that mommies and daddies or our big aunties or big uncles used to do. No, no, no. It is something, in fact, it is more important for you because you are still at the stage of your life where you are forming your characters, you're forming your personalities. So you need to add all of this into it so that it becomes a part of you. So that going forward, as you grow into adults, you can't take any step without planning it. Okay, so very important. Goals give you momentum. Goals give you the direction of where you're going. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. Goals give you two major things: direction and speed. I've already mentioned that. So I've mentioned direction. You stand up, you know where you're going. So the next thing is speed. Now, if I know that I'm going to the market, and I know that, okay, I want to go to the market and come back in the next 30 minutes. It will determine how I move. It will determine the speed at which because I know, oh, I have to get this done. And I have like 30 minutes that I've allocated to it. I move. If I say I want to read 10 books this year, for instance, or 12 books this year, for instance, and I hope to read one book every month. So it would determine so that if 1 month is ending and I'm still halfway into a book, I will know that, oh, I need to double up because according to my goals, I'm supposed to read 1 book per month. So because of that, I can't afford to have a spillover into the next month. Are we getting what I'm saying? So it gives you that speed. You know that, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. That's what goals does for you. So imagine that you didn't have a goal. You can be cruising with 1 book, you'll be reading it, so for 6 months, you're still reading 1 book. Because there's no goal. There's no goal. You wouldn't know how, you wouldn't know the emergency. You wouldn't have a sense of emergency. You wouldn't have a sense of what needs to be done. You wouldn't have a sense of priority. You wouldn't know, oh, this should come first and this should follow it. So, but with goals, you know, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. These are the kind of friends I need to make this term because I need to improve in this area of my life. I need to stop this. I need to start doing this. That's direction. Then the speed is, how long do I want to do it? When do I want to achieve it? I don't want to take us through the SMART goal thing, all the acronyms and all, but your goals have to be clear. You have to add time to it. What time, how long is it going to take me to achieve this goal? So that when you start to pursue that goal, you know, okay, so this is where I'm going. And this is how long I should get there. So that if I have 2 months to get there, I'm doing everything possible to make sure that in the next 2 months, I will hit it. Now, let me also mention that sometimes it may not really pan out the way we plan it. It may not really work out the way we want it. There could be some distractions, some failures, but that's part of life. You shouldn't kill yourself or hit yourself over it. I love it that Coach Joy already mentioned it. So there could be failures along the way. You could say, oh, I want to be waking up 4:30 a.m. every day. I want to be waking up 5 a.m. every day. And once in a while, you could fall short. Don't now say, this is no easy. Let me just stop. No. That's the time to stand up and recalibrate. That's the time to give it another try. That's the time to say, okay, girl, okay, so this is just an indication that I'm human. It's just an indication that I'm not beyond failure, but I'm going to give it another shot. You try again, you try again, you try again. Right? So that is it. Goals give you 2 things, direction and speed. Awesome. Right. Next thing. Now, goal setting, I say, is a master skill for success. If you're going to success, she's just giving us a preamble into building a success mindset. If you're going to succeed in this 2023 and going forward as a teenager and even into your journey, even with on your journey to adulthood, you will need to master the skill of goal setting. And that's why I said it is even more important for you because you're a teenager. So you need to master, you need to practice, you need to keep planning, you need to keep planning, you need to keep planning. Goal setting is, you can't afford. Look at big companies, any big companies you can think about: Google, Apple, Coca-Cola, Facebook, what have you, all of them, Amazon. They are big in goal setting. They are big in goal setting. They set goals before. Some of them have 20 years goals laid down. Some of them have 10 years, 50, 100-year goal. Apple, for instance, the founder of Apple is long dead, Steve Jobs, but Apple's company is still standing till today. Why? He had a goal. He had a goal. He started setting goals, and he knew, okay, this is where I want Apple to be. This is what I want our revenue to be every month. This is what I want this company to be about. This is what our branding is like. This is what our working ethics is like. This is what we should be doing every single day. You know, all of those comes into play. And today, this company is one of the top best in the world. Reason: goal setting. They didn't just wing it out, wing it off. You know, anything comes, anything can go. You know, as they come, we do them. No. You can't. You cannot do that. You can't. You can't say, oh, whatever comes now. If they give us assignments, I'll do. If they give us something to read, I'll read it. But for me to now start saying, okay, where do I need to improve in my reading? That's big. Oh, please. You can't do that to yourself. You can't. The reason is that you have such a beautiful future. You have such an amazing future, but it will take your preparation. It will take you being intentional for you to get there. With goals, each time you stand up, you know where you're headed. With goals, you are not easily distracted. With goals, you know, in fact, you master the, you know, this thing called goal setting can be very tricky because it is a routine, and sometimes routines can be boring, Lord. So let me get some of the boring routines that you have as a teenager right now. If you know you have any boring routine, just share with me. You can say it over on your on the microphone so that I can hear you. Do you have any routine that is boring?
Washing plates.
What? Is that?
Washing plates.
Awesome. Washing plates can be boring. And the funny thing is that you have to wash it every day, right? Okay, somebody said waking up to go to class. Very boring. And you know that 5 a.m. when sleep used to be very interesting.
Waking up around 4.
Okay, waking up by 4 is boring. It is boring.
Generally is boring.
You sorry said?
Going to school generally is boring.
My dear, it is boring. So boring.
To go to
Okay, awesome. I think we can do with that. We can do with that. So it is boring doing this.
Just continue, Coach.
2 to 3 hours of lesson.
Okay. All right. So a lot of the things that life offers us are not easy. But do you know that it is in the consistency, it is in that repeated circle that greatness is built. It is in that repeated circle that greatness is built. Now, can you imagine not washing plates and using the plates like that every single day? Can you imagine that you say, oh, washing plates is so boring, so I won't wash my plates. If I eat rice, I'll keep it. The next day, I'll use it and eat pepper. The next day, I'll use it and eat indomie. The next day, I'll use it and eat spaghetti. Like that, I'll just keep processing it. Now, you know, I know that you know what will happen if you continue to go that way. You definitely end up with diarrhea or any of those terrible sicknesses or infections, because you are refusing a routine. Bathing, having your bath in the morning, in the night is okay. So having your bath in the morning and in the night is so boring. Having to brush in the morning and in the night is so boring. Sometimes I'll be like, Can I delegate this? I can't, like, I'm already lying down. I don't want to have to stand up from this bed to go brush my teeth this night. Lord, it is boring. But do you want to keep fresh breath? Do you want to have good, feel good about yourself? Then you need to bathe and brush twice. So some of the good things of life that we should do are actually boring. It is boring to have to read a note over and over to understand it, to be able to write the exam. Life, a lot of the good things of life are boring. So you need to make peace with that. Goal setting is also boring. Now, let me ask you, how exciting is it? Does it feel any exciting to have to write down? Because one of the things I'm going to teach us in this class is that for your goals to be achievable, you have to write it down. You will pen it down. In fact, I read about a man, Grant Cardone is his name. He said that his goals, he writes down his goals every day. Like, he rewrites his goals, all of them, every day. Not to-do list. To-do list is separate. Goals, he writes them every day. Is it not boring? So you need to accept and make peace with the fact that, oh, I would have to do this thing for the longest time possible if I'm going to have a significant life. Okay, so that's it for this. We'll go to the next slide. If you have goals, it will be difficult for someone to mislead you. If you have goals, it will be difficult for someone to mislead you. Now, teenagehood is such a prime season of our lives where a lot of things are at stake. One of the predominant things with teenagehood is peer pressure. I hope you know that by now. Where you have your friends tell you, why didn't you pierce your nose? I pierced my nose since 10 years ago. And you're like, oh, so I'm the only one that is a Jew guy here, that's the Jew girl here. Somebody will ask you, you don't go for parties. In my house, so every Friday na party night, things like that. And you're like, oh, don't I think I should give this a try? That's it. Now, you have someone tell you, oh, girlfriend, you need to have a girlfriend. You need to have a boyfriend. What's life without a boyfriend? What's life without a girlfriend? All of those are things that happen in teenage stages. And you have those friends of yours, you have them more often. In fact, you spend more time with them than your parents, because you go to school every day and you spend like over 8 hours or more with them. So you need to immune yourself against that pressure. You need to immune yourself against that pressure. And one of the ways you do that is through goal setting. When you set your goals and you know, okay, so this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to achieve, you're on it. You write it down. Every morning you look at it. Every morning you look at it. Every day you look at it. You are on it. You get all the energies. You get all your arsenals in place. And you're like, oh, I'm on fire. I'm going to do this. If someone comes to tell you, yes, so do you know, it was Shola. Shola said that she loves me. Hey, I don't even know what to tell her. Hey, I'm thinking about it. Hey, I am considering it. She's fine. No, Cynthia. Cynthia is a fine girl. I think I want her to be my girlfriend. And you are considering it. No, if you have goals, it will be difficult for somebody to mislead you. Because I have a goal. I want to be the best scientist in Nigeria. I want to be the one to solve the problem of HIV/AIDS. I want to produce the next medicine that will be one step away from grave. I want to produce that. I want to make that the next invention. I want to stop this. I want to stop that. I want to create this. And you're focused. It will be difficult. Trust me, it will be so difficult for someone to mislead you. And that's why you need to get it here. You need to get it that you need goals. You need to set goals. If you're struggling with peer pressure, a friend of yours is telling you, go and get tattoo now. That's the way. That's the only way. If you don't have tattoo, you don't follow. You are the back seat. Goal setting. So the question will now be to ask yourself, how will getting a tattoo help me to achieve my goals? So that if getting a tattoo does not connect with the kind of future I see for myself, which president of the world do I see wearing tattoos? Which president of the nations, which UN president has tattoo? Now, I'm not talking down on having a tattoo, but I'm saying, does your goal need it? for where you are going. Do you need it? So that if you don't need it, you tell yourself, oh, I'm different, you're different. It may work for you, but that's not me. That's not part of my goals. I mean, I left my house this morning, I came to school. The reason was not to fight. So if you want to pick a fight, I'm not in. That's not part of my goal for today. So goals can save you a lot of stress. It will help you make decisions easily. It will help you avoid some distractions, avoid peer pressure, and all of that. Okay, I hope I still have you all. Is the class making sense? Are we together? I hope we are anyway. I hope we are. So then,
Yeah.
Yes,
awesome.
ma'am.
Awesome,
Yes,
beautiful.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Please keep listening. Keep listening. Now let's look at this picture. This picture, if I ask us a question about this picture, I know some of us are going to say, if I ask you, what do you think about this picture? What's the message that you think this picture is trying to communicate? You say, someone that is confused, someone that has so many
Doesn't know
things
where
to do.
It doesn't know its direction. It does not know where it's going.
Oh, fantastic. Whoever said that, I love you. I love you from the bottomless pit of my heart.
Thank you, ma'am.
He doesn't know what direction. My guy don't know where to go. Exactly. He is so confused. He doesn't know, the arrows are pointing to 1 million directions. So he doesn't know whether to go here or go there. So that's what goals does for you, because with goals, you're going to arrange all of the arrows and point them in one direction. That's the beauty of goal setting. You arrange all of the arrows and point them in one direction. You will have less stress. You have to ask yourself, should I go and get a tattoo or not? And for 1 week, your head is breaking over tattoo. You're asking yourself, should I have a boyfriend? When should I have my first sex? No, now relationships, by February, we're going to be dealing with relationship with you people. You just have to be ready. We're going to walk you through. By the end of this year, you'll be so glad that your parents allowed you to participate in this class. We will do relations. So you're going to look at when to date, when is the right time to date, when is the right time to have my first kiss, my first sex, and all of that. I know some of these things we shy away from it, but the truth is that we also know it. I can tell that 80% of all of us here, you've either seen movies where it is said or where it is done, or you've watched something. A lot. So we can't pretend that these things are not happening. I mean, the internet is feeding us with a lot of wax, a lot of Hollywood versions of love and sex and all of that, and our head is blowing. So, but we need to walk you through that process and teach you so that you won't be misled. Now, back to my image. A life without goals is aimless. You will struggle. Even the Bible says, I hope that all of us here are Christians. If you're not, the Bible is a book of life. So let me call it the book of life. So the book of life mentions that a life without a goal is like a city without walls. A person without self-control, rather, is like a city without walls. And what is self-control? Self-control is, this is what I do, this is what I don't do. And what is that? It is goal. That's goals that you're setting for yourself. So if you don't have goals, you are aimless. I mean, when Cain killed Abel, one of the curses that God gave him was that he told him that he was going to be a vagabond. He was going to be wandering from one place to another. And that was a terrible life to live. Like, you just wake up from your house, you get to the junction, you don't know why you started going out in the first place. You get to school, you suddenly realize that the bag you carried, instead of your school bag, that you actually carried your Ecolag, like your bag for your clothes. Or to make it worse, you carried the bag where you put your underwears, and that's the bag you came to school with because you were aimless. You didn't know you were going to school. It's like going to the farm, instead of going with your hoe and your machetes and the seedlings that you want to plant, you carry the box full of iron. What are you going to do with that in the garden? So what goals does for you is that it makes you hit it at the head. You don't want to live a life where you don't know what you want to achieve, okay? So goals give you a target. Now, there's a question I will always ask my teenagers. I will ask them, if you are playing, I know some of us here, we understand soccer, we play football and all of that. We are lovers of football. When you're playing the football, one of the things that you must have in place first is your goalpost. True or false? You have your goalpost, and then that goalpost is always two. You have the goalpost where you have your one opponent and the other. Now, if you don't have a goalpost and you're playing football, let me ask us, how will you know when you scored a goal? You're playing a football, no goalpost. How will you know when you've scored a goal? Is there a way to know?
When he enters in net.
I mean, when you don't have a goalpost, there is no net, there is nothing, there is no net anywhere in the field, but you are just playing. Somebody said imagination. Somebody said imagination. So you need all day. How many players?
Draw a line across.
You have the
You can
imagination.
draw a line
Border.
and then can use that as a goalpost.
If you don't have the line, how about if you don't have the line? There's no line, there's no goalpost, there's nothing.
During
Okay,
YVS, we
then
use
there's
like
no
two
way you
plastic
can-
sticks and put them near one pole like this. As a goalpost.
Okay.
There's no plastic stick.
Okay, so
Anything you see, you use.
that's to tell you that without a goalpost, you wouldn't know when you score a goal. If you don't have a goalpost, you will never know when you
You'll
scored
be
a goal.
absent-minded.
You'll be absent-minded. You will be lost. If you carry the ball, you won't know where to hit it into. You won't know where to kick the ball into. So it is
You
very
just be
important
looking.
that you. Normally, I just try to go keep the ball and play for fun. Okay, I mean, there's a place of playing for fun, but if you are in a serious football game, you need a goalpost. And our life, I think our life is such a pretty serious one that we need goalposts. So what goal does for you is that it stays as a goalpost for you, so that you know where you are hitting it, you know when you are getting it, you know, okay, I had 10 goals, okay, I've scored 8. It is clear. It is clear. You are not guessing, you're not thinking, you're not assuming. It is clear. That's what goals does for you. So you need goals. It keeps you focused. You know when you've scored the goal, you know, okay, I've scored 1 goal, I've scored 2, I've scored 3, and on and on and on. All right. So that is what goal setting does for you. Awesome. All right. I'm rounding off. Areas of life to set goals. Now, there are areas of life to set goals. So let's look at some of the areas that you need to set goals on. Next slide, academics. Set goals of the score you want to get in each subject. You know, your targeted JAMB score, the WAEC results that you want to have, post-UTME score, your GTB, your CGP, sorry, depending on the level where you are. If you're in level of secondary school, yes, what are the subjects that what do you want to have in each subject? What score do you want to make? Now in JAMB, what JAMB score do you want to come out with? Those are the academics goals. Now, what's WAEC result do you, if you're writing WAEC this year, what score do you want to make in each subject? So that's one of the things. By the time we come in the evening, that's one of the things that are going to be on your vision board, okay? That's one of the things that are going to be on your vision board. You need to put it there and say, okay, I need to make 10 A's and 2 B's and whatever and whatever. You print it out, write your name. Precious Ifani, WAEC result 2023. Mathematics A1, English A1. You print it how you want it to be for you. And then you put it on your vision board, which I'm going to be teaching us in the evening. All right. So that's very important, because you can't afford to live a life without goals. Because if you live a life without goals, you won't know when you've scored the goal. You won't also know when you've not scored the goal. So you'll just be aimless and, from here to there. So let me rush, and my time is quickly going. So next is personal development. Personal development. Now, in personal development, you have to tell the person, what type of person do I want to turn out to be in this world? How many people do I want to help? How do I want my life to affect people around me? Do I need to be more loving? Do I need to be more caring?
Develop your life.
I need to be What are the things that I need to work on myself? I've noticed I get angry so easily. What do I need to do to stop
Your
that?
character.
My
your
character.
emotions.
Is it okay now? Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So
Yes,
how
ma'am.
many people do you want to help this year? Now, when it
The
comes to
people
helping,
around.
yes, good. So you need to plan it. And how do you want to help them? Remember, charity begins at home. Charity begins at home. So the people you want to start from your family, actually. You want to start from your younger ones. Are you going to be more intentional about helping them to do the assignments? Are you going to be intentional about helping them when they are in need? Let's say they are not feeling too well.
I don't have younger ones. I'm the young
help them,
one.
sort out an issue, whatever it is. So people around you, is there someone around you that you are always beating and having issues with? Are you going to do something about that this year? So that's another area to set goals. Now, another one is, how many languages do you want to learn? I don't know how many of us that knows how to speak beyond just English or your native language, but it's important. Learn French, learn German. I know some of us in our schools, they teach us German language and they teach us some of other languages. So you need to learn other languages, learn Latin.
3 languages.
Sorry?
French, Yoruba.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. You can also learn other international languages, okay? So that before let's say that you want to learn French, for instance, or you want to better your French, your French speaking ability, you can work on it, you can improve on it, so that going forward you'll be a lot better person. Okay. Then the next is how many books do you want to read? Now, when I say books, I first of all, I mean your academic books, because they're very important. But then again, you also need your other books that you want to read. I mean, you want to know, read literature, you want to read novels, you want to read documentaries, you want to read scientific books, you want to read across so that you have a balanced knowledge. However, I will always recommend you also read inspirational books. Okay, someone said I speak English and Minions. If that mean minions, I didn't see all of that. But whatever that is, it has gone off the screen. But it's beautiful. If provided you can speak a language that is not just English, it is awesome. It gives you an extra advantage, trust me, because the time will come when it will save the day for you. So learn it. And besides, the way of training your brain to handle complex things, because learning a new language is very complex. It is, because the first time you look at the language, you're like, this language. it will be sounding like listening to a Chinese song. You just be hearing ching chong chong ching chong 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 chong, and you're like, Lord. Okay, Minions, awesome. Okay, so you need to learn languages. So you also need to get books that you want to read. I'm going to give us list of books that you can read apart from just your normal educational books. Okay, so take this down. How to Win Friends and Influence People. That book, write it down. Now you can ask your parents, can help you get it. You can also download the copy and learn it. Someone is learning Japanese. Wow. Can speak a little bit of Japanese. Awesome. Okay, so How to Win Friends and Influence People. Teenagers Are People Too by Joyce Meyer. There's another book that you really need to read. 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers. 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers. Write that down, by Steve Covey. You need it. What's the other one? Think and Grow Rich. Very important. Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. I hope you're taking down these things I'm mentioning. Someone can also help us type it in the comment section. Someone can speak English, Yoruba, Hausa, Biru. Wow, awesome, beautiful. Okay, so these books I've mentioned, there are lots others, but you can start with these ones, okay? And while you're reading them, you can also have some recommendations from those people or in the book. Okay, so those are some of the books I'm going to ask you to read. Okay, then the next is, what skills do you want to learn? Okay, how much do you want to save? How much do you want to save? Some of us, our parents give us a lot. I had a teenager that the parent was giving like 500,000, almost 500,000 naira every month. He was living in school. Okay, and he was busy wasting the money. You know, what if something happens? Now, I'm not praying that your parents will grow poor, get poor eventually, or stop giving you money, but you can at least think of investing the money. You can think of doing charity with the money even, but you can also think of saving, even if it's to get a PG box, or you can open a bank account and then begin to save the money. Because, I mean, we are in the world and anything can happen. Whereas I'm not saying that your parents will get poor or that they will die, but it is also a reality that, don't you know friends of yours that their parents are dead? And suddenly they went from here to there, from grace down to grass. Okay, so it's important that you save. You save for rainy days. You save to develop the capacity to keep some, so that you don't eat everything that you get. Someone is saying, please, what are the names of the books? Okay, please, if you got the names, help me and type it in the comment section. I said,
we'll type those questions. We can type it and share it with them later. Maybe.
Okay, later, please.
All
right. So, what are these? You can develop that same. You can talk to your parents to help you open an account if you don't already have one. They can open one. If you're still a teenager, then you may not be able to open an account on your own, but you have to have your parents open it, and then there will be a signature or something to the account so that they can help you monitor it as well. So you can open the account and begin to save money. Like this Christmas, a lot of big uncles and big aunties will come around and dash you 5K, 2K, 10K, and like that. The next thing that should come into your mind is not to go and buy knockout and fireworks and blow it up. I know some of us have already done that. And then, or to just spend it on wares, on clothes, on jewelries. You can save. So that, how about by the time you are turning 20, you have like 5 million cooling off in your account. So that by the time you graduate from school, you are thinking, okay, what business am I going to start? What invention am I going to need? Okay, the startup, how do I do it? I have money to at least kickstart, and then I can now get help. So that's why you need to save. Then finally on this one is, what skills do you want to learn? Coach Joy already mentioned guitar, playing guitar. Some people mentioned they're learning piano and things like that. What skill do you want to learn? Do you want to learn photography, videography, video coverage, whatever skills that you want to learn? That you can just select one. Don't take too much. Just take one skill that you want to learn, and it could be AI, it could be artificial intelligence. Those are all things that you can try your hands on. And they are so good. You want to learn how to write, you want to be a content writer, you want to learn how to write stories. You can begin, when you know the skill you want to learn, you cannot begin to learn. Someone said violin, beautiful. You can now begin to get the books that would help you to, achieve that purpose, okay? So there are so many other areas of life to, set goals on, but I'm just picking these ones because of our time. You need to, improve on yourself. You can also take a screenshot. Okay, then the next thing is your spiritual development. This is very important. And again, apologies to anyone that is not a Christian, but you need to get in tune with God, or whatever you call it. That big deity in your life, you need to get in tune with it. You need to study your Bible. You need to pray every day. Getting in tune with God has to do with not just praying, but obeying God, doing the right thing. You have a lot of pastors who are taking thousands of people to hell because of their life. So you don't want to be like that. You want to be in tune with God. You just don't want to answer a religious person. You want to have a very good relationship with God beyond what your parents have told you, beyond what they told you in church. You need to have a way of going back every day to sit down and bring your Bible, or bring your Quran, the good book, and then Book of Life, and say, okay, what am I supposed to do? What is it that I'm being taught? What is the right life principles to adopt? And then you begin to adopt it and put it into your life, okay? Very, very important. It gives you the stability from where you now live your life, okay? Then the next is character development. Character development is also important because you need to develop. Teenagers, one of the things that they know teenagers are known for is to be saucy. So people say, teenagers, they can be very saucy, very disrespectful. And that trap catches us a lot of time. So you need to ask your close friends and family to assess you, to tell you, okay, what are the things I do that are not good? They can tell you, the way you roll your eyes when somebody talks to you, I don't understand it. Take it, then go and work on yourself. Somebody can tell you, anytime you finish eating, you must leave the plate in the room for 3 hours before you remove it. Stop it. That's something to work. So those are your characters, things that you're doing that you don't know. They call it blind spots. You don't even know you are doing them. Sometimes you see someone you forget to greet, and then making assessments, allowing your friends to assess you will help you know, okay, so this is the area I need to work on myself. This is the area I need to work on myself. I'll go to the next thing because our time is far gone. Now, how to guard your goals. How can I guard my goals to make sure that all these goals that I've set, personal development, spiritual, academics, and all, how do I make sure that I don't fall short? You're free to take a screenshot. I will also share this material with us at the end of the day. I'll share it on the group, okay? So how to guard your goals. One is to review it daily. Now, you may not be able to rewrite it daily. If you can write it daily, awesome, beautiful, but at least review it. Have a place where you wrote down the plan, and then open it and flip through it every single day. This is my plan. I go through it every single day because I don't want to lose focus of my plans. I don't want to have to forget that, I should do this and I'm forgetting. I should do that and I'm forgetting. No, review them daily. Next is accountability partner. Very important. Now, this is one of the things that will save you. I did a video on my YouTube about this accountability partner, and it is very vast. It is so vast, so vast. So accountability partner is a situation where you get someone, a friend, a family member, someone, a classmate, to say, okay, let's form a team and we're going to be holding ourselves accountable, just like the name accountability partner. Now, what you're doing is every single day, you're asking yourself, okay, so what did you do? Or you can decide to make it daily or 2 days intervals or 1 week. You say, okay, but it shouldn't be more than 1 week, please. What did you do? Okay, you said that you read 10 chapters or 5 chapters of your book every day. Did you read it? Okay, you said that you would do this. Did you do it? Okay, you said that someone complained that you're always leaving your plate in the room 5 hours before you remove it and take it to the kitchen. Have you stopped? Did you do it today? Did you repeat that character? Did you repeat that activity, or did you work on it today? You report. What some of my mentor will always say, what gets monitored gets done. And the flip side is also true. What does not get monitored does not get done, never gets done, will never get done. So if you're monitoring yourself and you're using an accountability partner, it will help you. Now, what my advice is, get those your friends that are like-minded, those that, are serious. That's why you need to have serious friends who, friends that their head is correct. I'm writing a book, and one of the chapters I'm dedicating it to friendship. I'm talking about friendship because I understand that a lot of times the reason a teenager will turn out good or bad is as a result of friendships. And so you need to be intentional about the friendships. Let me not go into that, but that's a reality. So get friends that can help you say, okay, what we're doing for ourselves is to hold ourselves accountable. I hope I'm not too fast for you right now because I'm trying to rush through. I have like 2 more slides to go and we'll be done. So get friends who will help you to stay accountable. Okay, this is actually the last slide. Awesome. So this is the last one. In the evening, I'll take vision board. So get friends that will help you. Then add punishment, because sometimes we just let loose and say, okay, hold me accountable. And then by the time they ask you, okay, you say you read 1 chapter of the book. Did you read it? And you say no, and they say, okay. No, there's punishment. There is punishment. That's the discipline of goal setting. Okay, you did not do it. So what is going to happen is that you today, if you didn't read your 2 chapters yesterday, today you're going to read 4. And if you don't read it after a while, you're going to miss a meal. You're going to miss a meal and you will not eat that meal, maybe your lunch or your dinner, that goal. That's the way of helping yourself. So that's why you need accountability partner. Bible said that iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. If you find a friend that is on fire like you, you're serious, they're serious minded, you know, you are charging each other. But if you get someone that is just, you know, nonchalant and careless about life and just cruising and hoping that whatever comes, you know, you take it, you're in trouble already. Okay, then the next thing is to attach incentives with your favorite activities. Let's say that you'd like to watch movies. Attach incentives to your activities so that you say, okay, I want to be reading 5 chapters of the Bible or 5 chapters of my book every single day. Now, at the end of that reading, I'm going to play Ludo or play games with my gadgets. Now, let's say already you play games with your phone, you play games with your gadgets, but you're not telling yourself, this game is going to now come as a reward for this thing I want to achieve. So that each time I want to play that game, I'll remind myself, oh, I've not read today. Oh, okay, I will drop it, go read, and then come back to it. Now, I'm not telling you something I'm not practicing. I am practicing. In fact, I also introduced my husband, and we've been doing so much this January. From last year even, he's been trying this. He's been doing a reading training because there's a goal he wants to hit. So what he does is every single day he will read 5 chapters. 5 chapters. Now, 5 pages just for that target, not in a regular reading, but there's a type of reading. Now, before he eats, he must do it. Like he does that in the morning. So if he wakes up and says, oh, give me food, I'll be like, have you done your reading? He'll be like, he will go and read before I serve him meal. Now that's important because it will now become like a cue. That's your activity, that your favorite activity becomes a cue to do this goal. So that whenever you want to go play game or you want to watch TV, you want to watch a favorite show, remember, oh, I've not read today. Okay, let me go read. You go. Oh, I've not practiced my piano. I've not practiced my violin. I've not practiced my writing. I've not practiced my speaking. If you want to go into public speaking, whatever it is, whatever goal you want to achieve, attach an incentive to it. Say to yourself, okay, each time I do this, I'll give myself this gift. I'll give myself that gift. And like that, it will, you can even tell yourself, okay, if I achieve this goal at the end of the month, I can talk with my mom to say, okay, mommy, I want you to take me out, but I want it to be only when I'm done reading this book. Can you help me? She can say, okay, come on, that's fine. If she accepts that, it doesn't have to be so much. It may just be to buy you ice cream, but it does something to your brain. It tells your brain there's a goal to pursue. There's a goal to pursue. When you're sleeping, it is reminding you. When you are awake, it is reminding you. And that being said, those are how to guard your goals. So I will ask you a question. Are you ready to plan your year? Use these methods. There could be more. These are not the only way. I mean, that's not exhaustive because of time. I had to shrink it a lot, but you can use this to at least start. Okay, set your goals, review them every day, get accountability partner, attach incentives with it, and be on your way to achieve your big goals. My name remains Precious Flourish Ifani, and I hope to see you prosper. Thank you so much. I love you guys.
Woo! Thank you so much, Coach Precious.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for your teaching. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you for
Thank you, Ma.
thank you very much, Ma.
God bless you, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma. The Lord will bless you, Ma.
Thank
you for your teaching.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. God bless you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma. God bless you, Ma.
Let's take any question. Any question?
Thank you, Ma.
Yes,
Thank
darling.
you, Ma.
Darling.
But
Yes,
thank you,
darling.
Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
Tabitha speaking.
Okay. I have to Coach, let me unmute you. You can unmute. Okay, thank you, everybody. So that we can hear ourselves well. Thank you so much. If you have questions, you can drop your questions or you can raise up your hand and I'll pick you. But before we continue, I mean, we are already done, actually. We're already done. I just wanted to share with you some things that you can probably work with going. We're still going to share some more with you. One of the things we said, we're going to share stuff with you guys that can Where are the other things I'm supposed to share here? Okay. Can you see my screen? Let me know.
Yes, yes. Okay, it's still loading. It is still loading. Yeah, it's coming. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
You're trying to share your screen, right?
I'm trying to share my screen now. I want to show them a sheet.
Okay, okay.
Okay, this is not even what I want to share at this point. But can you see everything on my screen? You all can talk. You can.
Not yet.
Yes, we can. I can't see.
I can't see anything.
I can't see.
I can see.
What of now?
I can see.
Yes,
I
I
I can see, but can you
Ma, can you zoom
make
in
it
a
more
little?
clearer?
Hold on. What can you see on my screen?
My 2022 year
2022
reflection.
year reflection.
2022 year reflection, but ma, can you make it a little more clearer?
Want to get me to zoom it. Let me see if that is possible. Can you maybe
Marcus, could you make it a little bit? Can you zoom in?
Sorry.
I can see very well.
what?
I can't see very well. Please, could you zoom in a little?
Okay,
I
okay.
can't see.
I can't see very well.
Okay,
I'm
Please, can you
what you can
zoom
do?
in?
mute all of you.
Like,
Coach Joy, Coach Joy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, what you may need to do is to flip your phone, put your phone on flip mode, and then you're using a laptop. Are you using a laptop?
Laptop. So you guys may have to flip your screen.
Okay, yes. So if you're using a laptop. Yes.
So now I'll probably send it to your emails for those that registered. For those that came through their school link, I'll probably give it to your admin to put on your school group so that you can use it. And this is something that we want you to go and do before you come for the next session, so that you can plan better for this year. So you're going to do like a 2022 year reflection. So sit down, think. We've talking about the growth mindset and setting goals. One of the things that will help you to plan your goals is to sit down to reflect. Now, after last 2022, what were the things that I accomplished that I felt good about? Okay, what were the things I accomplished I felt good about? So if it was, okay, I came first in class, I did well in 2 subjects, I made new friends, I went out, I helped my parents more, I look closer to my parents. You can write it, but it has to be, you can have like, so when you are doing I need to questions, please.
Okay. I'm not able to see where to do that now.
You dispose because
Excuse me, ma.
Yes.
Please.
Hello, Stay. You can unmute yourself.
Please, can we talk?
Okay, sorry, please. My NEPA took my lights, so I have to change.
Okay, yes, Joy, someone is trying to ask a question.
Okay, what's the
question?
We trying to type our email, or you already have our email?
So if you registered for the program, then I have your email from whatever I used to register. If your friend sent you the link, I don't have your email. If your friend sent you the link, the Zoom link directly, I don't have your email. If you joined in from your school group, I know there's some of you that joined in from either a school group or I don't know if you came from Tabitha Home, probably Auntie Vicky sent it to you. So you will get it through that same means. I didn't need to get your email address if you came from your school group, because I already know your I know you guys. So you will get it through your school platform. Do you understand? But if you registered for the program, you are going to get it in your emails. So let me just Coach Precious.
Sorry, ma, which program?
Coach Precious, please can you make me host again?
Okay.
Yes.
Time is the evening.
So
class.
yes, the evening class is starting by 7 p.m.
Yeah.
6.
How are we supposed to get that?
Could you like send the Zoom meeting to the platform? The dance?
Yes, you have the platform. Your I think Auntie Favor also sent you the Zoom link, right?
Yes, it's the same link.
So they'll send it to you again once it's time. So that is not a problem. Coach Precious, I'm trying to share my screen and I can't.
Okay, ma.
Do setting to
I've
enable.
made you a co-host.
You have to enable screen sharing because I can't continue with what I was.
Okay.
So you have to do it. Okay, but we're already done. But I need you to do this assignment. Do you understand? I need you to do the assignment so that you can know what you are working with when you come back. Okay, but while I'm waiting for me to continue that, if you have questions, please. Do you have any other questions?
Ma.
Yes.
How are we supposed to get that table? That 2022 table.
Okay, so I said it's going to be sent to your email or your school platforms so that you can work with it the same way. If you did not register, the program was sent to you by your friend. You can deregister, or you can DM me. Okay, I would probably maybe by evening create like an accountability that you can join because we didn't do that. But questions, I still can't share my screen. Okay.
I'm not seeing where to do that.
Can you just make me transfer host privileges to me? Transfer host privileges to me so that I can continue.
Okay.
Ma, the other class that we have is in the evening, right?
Sorry? Someone is disturbing you.
The other classes we have in the evening.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The second class is only in the evening.
Yes. After today is this evening is the last class by 7 p.m. So we are going to finish up. We're going to finish up what we started.
Okay,
have you been able to transfer host privileges to me?
I'm not seeing where to do that. Can you leave the group and join the meeting and join again?
Even if I do that, you still have to make me. You still have to transfer host privileges to me.
But it's showing on my end that you are still a host, even though not a co-host. I'm honestly not seeing that. Like, there's no the options that you have here. Okay, you know what? Can you send me the file you want to share so that I will share from my end while you talk?
Okay, you mean I know what you did.
Sorry? can you send it to me? Can you send me the document while I share it?
Don't worry, I know what happened. You made my other, I was here with 2 numbers. You made my other phone host.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've assigned myself. Okay, can we see this right now?
Yes, perfect. Perfect.
Okay, good. So this is what we are going to continue. This is what you're going to do this afternoon. So like I was talking about, write your top 5 accomplishments. So if it was in the area of academics, in the area of your friendship, in the area of working with your parents, I want you to write it down. Then ask yourself, what did you really do well last year? So majorly, because you are in school, your main focus is on academics, all right? So your main focus on academics, friendships, your parents, and maybe you can talk about maybe house chores and all that, but just overall, what did you really do well? What did you really do well overall? That's what you want to look at. What did you really do well? And how can 2023 be better? So what are some of the things that will happen in 2023 that will make it better? Can you hold on? Let me finish first. I'm going to send it after this class. That's what I said, not now. I'm going to send it. You have from now to evening to do it. So you'll get it afterwards, all right? I'm still here, so I cannot send it. When I leave, I'll send you. So how can 2023 be better for you? What are some of the things? I have to mute everybody. Okay. What were the biggest lessons you learned in 2022? Then what were you grateful for? What are some of the things you're grateful for? So you're grateful, maybe can be that I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, I'm grateful that I have a roof, I'm grateful for my teachers, I'm grateful for this kind of school that I go to. So what are some of the things that you're grateful for? I'm grateful that I have friends. Then what was the hardest thing about 2022? What was the hardest thing about 2022 for you? Is it that, maybe you lost somebody, you probably didn't get a good result? So what was it? Do you understand? What was that thing? And it can be more than one thing that was hard. Then what personal habits do you need to improve on? So Coach Precious talked about setting goals in areas.
I can't hear you.
Okay. Coach Precious talked about setting goals in your personal development. So the last one you're asking, okay, what personal habits do I need to improve? What personal habits do I need to improve? All right, so guys, we've come to the end of today's class. So thank you all for joining. I actually had fun with you all. It was a great time working with you all today. And
thank you so much, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
Sorry? Evening
What time is the class evening?
Evening class is by 7. So please, let's come on time so that we can finish up. Somebody asked to see this slide again. So this is the slide that we used earlier. Bye-bye. See you. Make sure you do your assignment. Come with your notepad, your books, whatever it is. Catch you.
Bye.
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 See ya.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
See you in the evening. See you in the evening.
Yeah, see you in the evening. Bye.
See you. Bye.
All right.